Good morning, this is Pops. July 22nd, Monday. Well, I was having some trouble searching out a code. Now, one of the things I've been trying to do for the time that I've had this $10,000 rig, that's $8,000 for buying the diesel laptops and the extra adapters for ag, as well as signing up again for another almost, $2,500 to sign up again for a second year. This is what I've come to right in here. I tried to search a code for a guy, and now it's just past an hour. That's correct. 45 minutes of that hour is waiting for this search bar to come up. And the Diesel Tech guy, let's see if I can let's close this down because this is worthless at this point. Well, actually it isn't. Let me show you where we start. The guy called and he wanted a code. Now, if this will allow me to do it, I don't think it will. There we go. I can pick this thing up. Now, there's equipment fault codes on the desktop. Right down here, right above your bar. Okay, over here. Got to get it straight. So when I click on that, this comes up. Now, you're supposed to be able to enter a fault code and have it pop up. It needs to know the manufacturer. Now, one of the great things that used to work on this thing is when I push this, you can search by fault code, by PID, which is parameter identification number, SPN, suspect parameter number, fault mode identifier, which is what the actual problem is. Your SPNs and your fault codes and your PIDs are the parameter or the system that has the problem. The FMI tells you what it might be: low voltage, low amp, broken circuit, etc., etc. High voltage, low. It goes right on down for. I think there's 21 active, and then there's the last one or two tell you that there's a problem with the software in the system. I think it jumps to 30 or 31. But anyway, so I put in by fault code, and then I put in by SPN number. Well, you see what happened there is this search bar came up in both cases when I had a different number in there. I had a John Deere 524252. It was for PTO. The guy looked it up and he was telling me the information. I said, yeah, that's not what I'm griping about. I said, I know that. I finally figured out what it was here. What was my problem? My problem was here under model year. This is what came up. Not model year. Not even model. I had a 6125M as in Mary. Now let's go through this list. 6XX, 6XX, 6X, 6X, 6X. A lot of 6X stuff. Well, guess what? That's not an M. 6X series, 6X series. 6X series, 6X series. I had the guy at Diesel Tech look it through. We're looking. Where's the X? Where's the M at the end of the X? There is no 6000 M series anywhere on the list. So what do? Well, look at the other problem. How many well, you can see that they got a cheap computers here. It's upgrading to Windows 11, and this computer can't handle Windows 11 already. It's supposed to be refurbished to handle all the updates, and it can't even handle a Windows update. So we got a problem there. Now let's go up here so we slowly scroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 computers to search in the 6000 series without the M. So let's go down. So SFA is passed. Let's start counting again. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 30, well, not yet, 34 we're at still, 35, 36 different controllers in the 6000 series to search to try and find that code. Now, some of you are saying, you know it's going to be. I do. It's not going to be in the armrest or auto temp, so some of them, probably of those codes, 20 of them to 25 just disappear anyway, so that cuts it down to 9, right? Still, you have to search through 9 computers Is it the central computer? Is it? Cab load center? No, it's not going to be that. Cab roof unit? No, probably not. But then again, you still have a bunch of them that you're going to have to search through, because is it in some of these codes for PTO might be in the ECU. Is it ECU engine control unit or ECU electronic control unit? Deere uses both. So I went searching through all of those, and because it didn't have an M of those 34 6000 series, there was nothing in there for that code. So I started searching here. And I think I ended up in the, what was it? The cab? No, it wasn't. Central Control Unit, I think is what it was, on the M series. And then I found the code, the 524252, and it came up as a -5. Well, that's low milliamp flow. The actual problem was low voltage because it was a -04. Now, John Deere does something that makes sense, that's reasonable. They're using SPM codes like this one as a fuel code, 5246, that the tech guy had me enter. And that's how we had this bar come up over 45 minutes ago, and we just hit 53%. So roughly every minute is 1% of a search of a code that's a standard SPN code in the John Deere system. That's what I'm left with diesel laptops to do a search. Now, originally when I got this, if I put in John Deere tractors and the code would come up on a line right here just by entering it. And I didn't have to search through all those dang computers. Why? Because I hit the box. I would hit either fault code or SPN, because in John Deere they do have their own fault codes in the older tractors and their older construction stuff. They definitely do. You have code 42, 62, 10, 12, all of that. But then again, the SPN code, you could hit that and have it do a search by the SPN code. That's how that came up. And here we are, roughly 54 minutes later, waiting for that thing to complete, because the claim is it's searching the entire John Deere database. Well, the bizarre part is if it's searching the entire John Deere database, the question is why? It should be searching the John Deere fault code list. Because I have the same selections up here, but because there's no code there to check, if you call this up, that used to be, and it worked well, not great, but it worked well, you didn't have to chase the computers. You put in model year. Well, it didn't have this mess. It would just choose. What I had to use was the 5000M. Oh, look at that. There it is. It's gone because it's not in the central control unit. Let's see what happens when I put this code in. 4252. Nothing. Won't search, it won't find it because it's not in that central control unit. Let's go by SPN. There, SPN, you have it. We're PTO selling, but the FMI is here, a 5. It's the wrong one, but it's the only code they have. And where is it? It's in the CCU for 5000M series. So I couldn't even help my customer. Now let's go to this one. Diesel repair online. And last time I tried to get on diesel repair, it didn't work. This comes up and it tells you have to. He claims that I'm supposed to be able to enter diesel repair without a problem. Here it says I have to upgrade. That's the only selection I have. So let's try this over here. Maybe because he made some changes in here when I called tech. Equipment fault codes. That's what I'm supposed to be able to research. Well, look at that. Diesel repair doesn't stop. But there it is. Access limited. Upgrade now. That's it. That's all I have. It claims I have to upgrade. Let's try it. Let's see how much it costs to upgrade. Diesel repair free, which isn't doing me anything. Supposedly I have standard, and it won't allow me to work. Let's see what standard is. You don't need to see that. I do. But they aren't even, there it is. $50 a month. For standard. I can't use diesel repair free because it's not allowing me to. So there's what I've been through. Oh yeah, and I'm supposed to be able to do this log on. LogMeIn123.com. It's right here. Up here. Chat with support. We sat there and talked through my entire session for the update so that I could chat with live support. So diesel repair online, I'm supposed to have a limited number to get in there. Wiring diagrams, VIN code, technical repair documents, all of that stuff. But I can't access it. Let's try something over here. There it is. What's that bring me up to? Less downtime, more miles. Yep, here we are again. Access limited. Upgrade, which means access limited means I have no access now to this, and I'm supposed to spend another what, $50 a month for 12 months. You do the math. Basically, to get through tax, that's over $600 a year you're supposed to pay on top of all this. They're down to $600. It used to be like $1,000 or $1,500 a year. And this is ridiculous. I paid $10,000 to purchase this unit and upgrade it in 2 years. And they want me to spend another what? By the time I get through fumbling around with everything I need? Another $1,000? So they'll let you access the code, but they won't help you repair it. Sorry, diesel laptops. I paid almost $3,000 a year. It was like $2,500 to re-up this thing. And this is the best we can get. I have to search it under the wrong series of tractor to find the right code diagnostic, and you won't give me any help. If you want to buy diesel laptops, that's up to you. If you do, you're going to have to drop the big money. If you want it for ag, I highly recommend it only one way. You're going to have to spend almost $15,000 for ag to work properly. You have to buy the subscription, as you saw me go through here. You're going to have to buy the ag program, but also the off-highway program is what you need to buy, because the ag program is not fully ag, and at the same time, it's Kajali. The Kajali part works fine. This is where I'm getting nailed. Diesel Laptops keeps coming up with ways to charge you, not assist you. So you need to get everything. It starts with the base program as a truck program. That's what they're operating off of. Well, if you're operating here, like we are, with SPN codes and FMI, that's what the basic SAE truck system works on. And it works fine. John Deere has it, and so do many of the others. But they restrict you from using the truck side over here on the ag side or anything off-road. Then there's cars, then there's motorcycles, and there's boats, watercraft. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this mess, because I can't get farmers until now. I can get some guys to call in to ask for some information, and the problem there is I got to find a way to be able to charge to make a buck off the information. So Diesel Laptops no longer has their laptop logo up there. It's mine. Welcome to Central Tools, and yes, that is modified so I could measure certain shims. It doesn't affect the measuring area at all, which is here and here. And vernier is the most consistently accurate to use. You say, well, the jaw is where? Yeah, you got to be aware of that. You have to use your head. You can't be a fool and a machinist. And you got to have good eyes. My new eyes, $300 worth. They can read it. Why not use a dial? You can bump the dial and change it while you're using it. This, you have to bump the whole unit. So, I love them. Oh, you say with a dial? It's, yeah, you can bump the dial, you can bump the slide, you can bump a lot of stuff in the electronics. They don't like temperature changes, trust me. I bought some good ones. Nothing that's a Starrett or a Mitutoyo, but I bought some good ones and still have trouble. Diesel laptops fail. It's too bad. Now, the other problem I've had too with diesel laptops, to be full disclosure, right here, log me in, tech guys. The first 6 months I had this thing, I had to continuously call tech guys. I mean, constantly. I was calling tech guys all over the place, all the time, for help. And they might call back, and I think I made 5 phone calls the first year I had this thing. And in those 5 phone calls, I had 5 different people talk to me. And I just had, I think by now, number 7. So every 3 to 6 months, they change over somebody in either IT or in diesel tech. And the problem is the guys in diesel tech need to know what IT does. So they split the 2 departments up too far. Anyway, if you want diesel laptops, buy the whole package. If you do what I did and buy ag only, there's too much that they restrict, and there's too much that they want for money that you're ever going to get paid back for it. Now, if you're out in a major area, now if you say, Warren, what's his name out there in, where is he, Utah or whatever? Warren, what's it, Western Truck and Tractor out there? He's got one of these, but he has everything on there, and that seems to make a big difference. He has your ag, your construction, all of it, and it works good when you have the full thing. And he has Texa, and as far as I can tell, it's not Kojali's problem here. Kojali works fine off of this. In fact, I got a phone call to go check one unit on a farm where he's having a minor problem with a red light coming on that's not telling him what's going on. It comes on and off. And we got to check that. But the Kojali side works. The diesel laptop side, the promises they made just ain't working so well. So that's put it. And it's hard. The Kojali, you have to plug it in. You can pull up some of the information. And both sides are difficult, but this one's the mess. You're supposed to be able to put those codes. So what do? Just in case you can see me here, this is a fluke. What do? Purposely what I do is actually go online. There's a company called, or website called Numeralacad. Yeah. And it pops up with both SPN codes in one list and FMI codes in the other. Suspect parameter numbers in the one, which is the major code, the system, the malfunction. And the FMI gives you the description of the problem, voltage, or is it an in-range fault, out-of-range fault, etc., etc. So it's worthwhile to have those lists as well. I've had times where this little, let me put it this way, this little bugger right here, Nexic Blue Mini, because that is the upgraded communication. This is the old gray system, HD reader. I've had times where they've given me as much information as diesel laptops, easier. This cost me about $500, $600. The new replacements, $700 to $800. I think I can pick one up for $600, and that's what I'll be looking at. That one will have the new green collar, which is the new updated communication rate. But this one works excellent, the Nexic Blue Mini, on your phone. You put an app in there, and you can read almost everything that this one can. But Bosch has a lot better system here. Well, anyway, that's Pops, and I'm tired of turning the phone around. I got to get back to work out back now that I've got this mess semi-straightened around. So, it's a diesel laptop's fail for the day. Can you imagine trying to call up a code and it's doing an hour-long search, and you're in the field trying to get the information? God help us. See you later.